welcome to Friday Nights with Emma. Give everybody a minute to join. I'm gonna sit down a minute. And I probably will need to stand up. There's Link. Hello, Link. You my boy? You better put that out of the way. Help me, Link. Yeah. Just let us know when you're there. Mike is on camera. Gives a little thumbs up, little heart.
Susan is watching.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
Joanne and Mum Maureen.
Oh, hi, Joe. Hi, Mum Maureen.
Lorna.
Hi, Lorna.
Elaine.
Hi, Elaine. Are you going to help tonight, Link?
Christine from Glasgow.
Hi, Christine.
Sue.
Hi, Sue. Link, don't stop.
Diamond. Diamond.
Hi, Shirley.
Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Claudia.
Hi, Claudia. He's being a pain.
Angie.
Hi, Angie.
Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
You're Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Oh, I'm using it. I'm using it to keep myself organised. I've got all of my cutting tools and my seam rippers and my needles and thimbles. And I took it to sewing last weekend, and all of the ladies oohed and ahed over your stitching of the plastic vinyl. I'm like, yeah. Sarah did that.
Claudia says Link's tail needs a mention.
Yeah.
Judith is watching.
Hi, Judith.
Sarah says brilliant.
I think I'm going to have to actually, now I'm looking at this mat, I need to move it around. So let's see. Aha.
That's Christine from a cold and wet Cornwall.
Oh, hi, Christine. Oh, no good. It's been dry here today, but yeah, not super warm.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Diane.
Hi, we'll do some cutting tonight, as promised.
Dawn.
Hi, Dawn. And sneak peeks. I've got some sneak peeks because I'm working. This is the Halloween in Quiltsborough. I'm working on the spring in Quiltsborough for the Sewing Street birthday show in March. That's what this is for.
Julie from Ilkley in West Yorkshire.
Oh, hi, Julie.
Claudia asks, is this the taster for the new Quiltsborough?
It is. This is the sneak peek. So this is the... it's going to be other colourways, but this is the one that I'm working on for the prototype.
Terry is watching.
Oh, hi, Terry.
And Joanne says, love a sneak peek.
Yeah. I started doing the appliques. I haven't finished them. They're still a work in progress, but I do need to get these houses done.
Helen is watching.
Oh, hi, Helen. So, cutting. So it's going to be a lot of cutting. Bear with me. So I need to cut these squares down. These are layer cake squares, so 10 inches by 10 inches, roughly. So I'm actually going to use the mat for this part of the cutting. So the line's actually on the mat, which I usually say not to do, but they need to be cut 7.5 inches across. Oh, there's Link moaning.
Let him in.
I will. And my wide ruler, which is my poor bendy one, is only 6 inches wide. So I'm going to be using the lines on the mat, but that's okay because they're all going to be cut the same way. So as long as you're consistent.
Marie is watching.
Oh, hi, Marie.
And Lorraine is watching.
Hi, Lorraine. Come on then.
Oh, your mum.
Hello, Mum. So I've got the 0 in this corner. Hello, Link. Hello, my boy. And all the numbers going up this way. All the numbers going up this way. I'm going to ignore these ones because I know it's already 10 inches square. And I'm going to put my line at 7.5 inches here. 7.5 inches down here. There we go.
Mandy is watching.
Oh, hi Mandy. Oh, see, even with one layer. This is a good blade. That's my house part done. So I don't need to worry about that. And then from this part, I'm going to cut a 2" by 4" rectangle for my door. And now I can actually use my ruler. So the piece that I want to keep, I always put underneath my ruler so that I can make sure that it's square and measured up correctly. So I've got the edge of the cut edge against my 2. The 4 is lined up along the bottom. I'm not too worried about the crimped edge because this is going to be a door for my...
Yvonne is watching.
Oh, hi Yvonne. For my houses. It doesn't have to be super accurate, so I'm not too worried about that. But if I was, what I would be doing is lining up the cut edge along this line, making sure the cut edge is lining up against the 4, so that I've got a nice square cut.
Claudia says, is the taper area getting bigger? Is the taped area getting bigger?
Oh, no, it just looks like it. I have put new tape on it. New Gorilla Tape. There we go. Oh, Link's chasing his tail. Yeah, I think this one, I must have nicked it. This is how the new blade. That's my door. So, and then these are my leftovers. So I'm going to actually save these for this one because I've been using the leftovers for part of the applique.
Anne is watching.
Oh, hi Anne. Trying to think if my other ruler is handy, my square one. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't think about that. Bear with me. Surely. I could have sworn it was close by. No, I did have it. So I have a big square, 12.5" square ruler, which you can also use for this because it will be big enough. So what you can do if you've got one of those rulers is use the ruler to measure rather than the mat. And then you would put your the piece that you want to keep underneath your ruler. So I'll do another one here. These are going to be the same. Yeah, it's definitely got a nick in it. I don't know what's happened. I'll have to get my sharpener out. There we go. Have a drink. There we go. So 4x2. That's the bit I want to keep.
Sandy is watching.
Oh, hi Sandy. So I want, oh, Link. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it, mister?
Don't close it, just leave it out. Just leave it out. He won't be, okay.
So I've got 36, well, no. Not quite 36 more to do because I do have some already cut. These are ones I've already cut. And the doors to go with those. So these I just need to finish cutting in exactly the same way. So I've got all the rectangles for my houses and my doors cut. I really like these colours.
Diamond S says someone been borrowing your rotary cutter.
No, he knows better than that.
Thank you.
He just sometimes get to use my scissors, but rotary cutters are definitely, he knows there's a limit.
They are off limits.
Yeah. I really like these.
Dawn says she loves the layer
Nice.
cake.
And this one is called, it's a Riley Blake.
Elaine, there's how many houses are there on the quilt?
36.
And Christine asks, when are you back on Sewing Street?
So I'm back 19th of this month. No, 19th of February. I keep thinking it's February already. I keep wishing January away.
Soon be Christmas.
So 19th of February is when I'm back on Sewing Street. This one won't be on until the beginning of March. I think it's like the 3rd of March, which is Sewing Street's birthday. For the 19th of February, I'm going to be doing the Trip Around the World quilt again. And they're going to do, I've talked to Jess and she's going to do more ombre ones. So apparently the purple ombre was really popular. So she's going to do more of those. And I've got 2 brand new hand piece patterns to show as well. So there'll be hand piecing and Trip Around the World for the next one. And then it will be Spring in Quiltsborough will have its debut 3rd of March for the Sewing Street birthday week.
Lorraine says that's not your usual rotary cutter, is it?
This this is my very first original rotary cutter. So this rotary cutter is at least 25, 26 years old now. 26 years old. So yeah, so it's seen some days. It's seen a few quilts. Its button is broken, but it still works, and it's still one of my favourites. Yeah, so the Riley Blake, this one is Primrose Hill, and there will be other colourways, but I don't know what they'll be yet. But this is what I'm working on for now. So that's that part of the cutting. You might want to pan back a little bit, my love, because I'm going to cut some strips.
Sue asks 45 or 60 millimeters.
It's 45. It's a small one. Actually, I've got a couple of the 60s, and I find that they don't. I don't know. They haven't been as sturdy as this one. So I don't know. I just keep going back to the 45. So that one and the green one is the other one that I use quite a bit. So the other thing that I need to do for the quilt is cut some squares. So this is all my background fabric. I've already pressed it, although it's got some creases in it again. So what I'm doing is lining it up. So I've got my selvage edges together. And I want to make sure when I cut my strips that they're going to be nice and square. I'm just hanging it to make sure that it's lining up. It's kind of hard to see with this colour. It looks like it's a bit skewy. Does that look straight on your side?
Everything is relative.
So it's nice and straight, and then I'm just going to fold it over again into quarters. I could actually do single ones because my ruler is long enough and my mat is long enough, but quarters is the one I tend to go for. So now I need, oh perfect, I can use my ruler for this. So I need 4-inch strips, and my ruler is 4.5 inches wide. So what I'm going to do is use the lines on my mat to square off the first bit. Yeah, it seems to like it better when there's lots of layers. So that's my end piece off, which is all a bit skewy. Now I can just use my ruler to measure 4-inch strips. So what I'm doing, The strip is underneath my ruler because that's the bit I want to make sure is nice and square. I've lined up the 4-inch line, so because this is 4.5 inches. The 4-inch line along the cut edge, and then I'm just making sure that I've got it lined up with one of the lines that goes horizontally on my ruler to make sure it's nice and square.
Elaine says, "Where's your stripology?"
Oh, I could be doing my stripology. It's under the sofa, but not everybody has a stripology, so I thought I would show doing strips. Well, it's not really the old-fashioned way, but the usual way when you don't have a stripology. If I have a stripology, it's very easy. You just go every 4 inches.
Isn't it wonderful, imperial measurements?
No.
I think this is just an ode to the wonderfulness of imperial measurements.
If you say so.
I do say so.
I need 8 altogether, but I'll do 4 to start off with.
Link wants out.
Yeah, I know, but he can live with it.
I don't think he can.
He's being a pill. Here we go. That's half as many as I need for now, but I want to just show.
Pray let him out.
Are you going to behave, mister? That used to be Monty's trick. So.
Diane says she's with me, loves imperial measurements. That's what the people want.
Yeah, I've gotten used to them, if I say that. It's not what I learned.
Well, you didn't really learn right, did you?
I think I need more gin. So what I'm going to do, I'm lining up my strips with one of the lines on my mat, because now I need to cut them into squares. And I'm doing 2 strips at a time, but you don't have to if you don't feel confident with that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did to cut the strips to begin with. So cut off the end so it's square against the line. There we go. And then 4 layers of fabric is probably the maximum that I would go through all at once.
Terry says, I was taught imperial measurements at school. Yes, I'm that old. The old ways are the best ways.
I only learned, well, I did learn metric at the stand ground, but I learned metric in France. And it's all in tens, which makes sense.
Not really, but you keep telling yourself that. Margaret says, me too. Anne says, me too.
That one ever is slightly skewy, so what I'm going to do, because it doesn't look quite square, is I'm going to square it off. Oh no, it's alright. It just an optical illusion.
Diamond says, imperial all the way. For me, I'm too old to change. Sandy says, I like the old ways too.
Easier to have metric when you have to multiply and divide.
If you keep telling yourself that.
I will.
And Sue says she alternates from one to the other.
These are my extras. Put those aside and then cut these. Hello, Link. Hello, Link. Hello, my boy. I'm going to have cat hair all over this. I will. I'll end up with black cat hair. Okay. I think we need a break. Is that right, Link? Are we having a pause in the proceedings? Yes. Yeah, my boy.
Link, Margaret says Link in the catwalk. Angela just tuned in. What are you making?
Oh, hi, Angela. I'm just showing cutting. I'm giving a sneak peek of the spring in Quiltsborough quilt that I'm designing for Sewing Street's birthday week. As Link has decided that he's going to sit there for a little bit. I'll show you.
Catherine says she loves the Link, the quilt inspector.
So one of the blocks, and I haven't done this yet because this colour is going to change because we both decided, Jess and I, that it's a little bit too pale. But
And Karen says life's always better with cat hair.
it is. Well, yeah. So this is going to be the tree that was in the Halloween in Quiltsborough. It's going to be a blossom tree. It's going to be in blossom. But that's going to be a different pink. So, yeah, that's what that one's going to look like. I haven't finished it yet because obviously the colour's going to change. But the shape will be the same. And then I've got, and I might add some more to this, garden shed and fork with a bird. I think it needs some flowers as well. Sheeps and butterflies is going to be another one. This one isn't quite finished because it's going to need some flowers on it as well. And it's going to change a little bit, but I've got beehive and bees and butterflies. And then one of the other ones, what have I got written down that I'm going to do?
Diamond says you always have to have a clerk of works. And Elaine says the shed is cute.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to have, cat. There's going to be, of course it has to be a cat, so there's going to be a cat and a butterfly. And some more flowers, I think. I've only got 5 sort of pieces that I can use for the background.
Marion says, we were told in the 70s that we never need imperial measures again, and so we weren't taught them. Oh. Then I became a math teacher and had to learn in order to teach conversions.
Yeah.
When I'm knitting, I use inches for sizes, but centimeters for length, for accuracy.
Yes, that is true, because you can get them a bit smaller.
That's not true. Anyway, Sue says this is the same for me, Marion.
Metric has its place.
No, it doesn't.
So those are my works in progress of designing. I'm going to take this out because I think it needs actual leaves. So that is one of the things I'm going to undo. I quite like the bees, how they came out. Yeah, and that might need some more as well. So that's what I'm working on next week is Link, knock it off.
Link.
You don't need to be out there. This weekend will be making houses. I'm making houses weekend.
Karen says hiccups and it's not even 8:30.
I'm actually trying a new gin tonight, so it is one that Sarah got for me last year, I think. Lemon drizzle, Sipsmith lemon drizzle.
Dawn says it looks fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And Anne says you look warmer this week.
Yes. The temperature has definitely warmed up here compared to what it was last weekend. I think the fluffy sheets are going to have to come off tonight.
I don't know about that.
It's a good 8 degrees warmer than it has been.
Simon says you can still buy a pint of beer in the pub, but your wine comes in centiliters.
Oh, that's true. Although there's talk of going back to pints, isn't there?
We've never left pints. And says spring is on the way.
Yeah. It does feel like it is. I'm cautiously optimistic. We could still get snow, but...
No, we can't.
There we go. So those are my background squares. So, let me... Oh, watch out, my leg. So these are my extra bits that I can use for applique.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Your Sarah says cold from tomorrow night again. I think it is supposed to get cold.
Okay, so we'll keep the sheet. I Link likes the fuzzy sheets. They're his favourite. So, where is mine?
Annette says, I like the new long arm quilting pattern with the bees.
Yes.
It's lovely. She says all the daffodils are in bloom in Cornwall, so spring is coming.
Yeah, actually I saw some, well, Cornwall's where they start, so I actually saw some today in the Vase Life.
Marion says, almost definitely snow second week of February. Her daughter's scouts are camping.
Oh.
And Diamond says, cautiously optimistic is such a British phrase.
Especially about the weather. So now, because these are going to be kind of half square triangles, I'm just going to draw my lines on either side. And I think this time I will do...
Your Sarah said her and Anushka are going to a abandoned asylum tomorrow night.
Oh, wow. Where's that? That's right up their street. That sounds like fun, though.
What is it? Is it a theme thing?
So, Sarah likes abandoned, like, what do they call it? Urban exploration with abandoned buildings.
Oh, so it is actually, it's not like a haunted house. It's like a actual abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your Sarah says can't say on here.
Oh.
Lorna says it's early for daffodils. Mine are just starting to come through up north.
Yeah, there's maybe some leaves poking out, and actually that is one thing I need to do is clear the front garden because I'm sure there's snowdrops coming up.
Elaine says that sounds spooky.
Yeah. Sounds like fun though. Not something you'd ever do.
No. No. In the daylight, maybe.
Even then. Who are you kidding?
Then again, I grew up in an asylum, so.
Oops.
Anne says, Sarah, we won't tell a soul. Elaine says the ghost hunt in Peterborough was spooky.
Oh.
Christine says she noticed the crocus popping up today in Glasgow.
Oh, wow.
And Lisa asked, what is the ruler you are using?
Oh, this is a 1/2 inch. So this one is a so easy one, but I do have 1/2 inch rulers. So it's 1/2 inch by 8 inch. But I do have these in the shop, much cheaper than these ones are. So the ones that I sell, a chap makes them for me, and so they're £2 each. These I think are more like 5 or 6 if you buy the proper one. But the ones I've got also got all the measurements on there, plus 1/4 inch markings on the end, which makes it really nice for when you want to mark the corners for Y seams.
Margaret asks, are you using a pencil for marking?
I am, because it's going to be the sew line anyway, so you're not going to see it, basically.
Your Sarah says, yes, it's meant to be scary. They have seen and heard a lot there, so going to be crapping ourselves. And Diamond says, Hashima Island off Nagasaki is on the bucket list. And Christine says, walking around in Bodmin jail is creepy.
Oh. Yeah, that island off Japan, I think that's the one that was in James Bond, isn't it?
I don't know.
With
What, the new one?
No, the one with
Roger Moore?
No, not Roger Moore. No, one with Ugh.
Daniel Craig?
Yeah. Not this last film, but the film before it or two. The one with Javier.
Yes, you're right, that is it.
I actually didn't mind that film. That one was a good one. That was the one with the London Underground.
Yes.
I'm just going to do a few more of these because I will sew some up so I can show you. Yeah. He's a good boy, Link. So don't forget, next week we'll be here, but the week after that we won't be, because I'm taking Mikey away for his birthday week.
Yvonne says Bodmin jail is now a hotel.
Oh. We stopped at a very scary pub in Bodmin, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That was a very awkward interaction.
Yes, it was. You don't see that in the travel brochures.
No. Right, let me grab my machine. Move that out of the way. What's occurring, Link? There. So I'm going to put my doors aside for now. What happened to the bat? Oh, it's here.
Annette asked the Jamaica Inn.
No, so this is a long time ago, when we were still living in America, but were visiting, and we went across Bodmin, and we both needed to use the loo, and there were signs for this pub. Came up to this village and thought, oh, we'll stop at the pub and we'll, get a drink and use the loo. Well, we stopped at the pub and we noticed that there was a horse box or something in the front? So we walked in the pub and there was an old couple who was sort of just sitting there but overseeing this younger couple and a teenage daughter moving out of the pub. Like, there was nothing to say it was closed or anything, so we just walked into this tableau, which was very awkward, and the chap was like, oh, what do you want? And we're like, oh, well, we just wanted to, use the loo. And so he took us to the loo. We both used the loo and got out of there as quickly as we possibly could. But it was a very awkward exchange. Oh, actually, you know what I've done? I've done this wrong.
Oh dear.
I know. So, where's my... It's a good job I did a few. I just realised now that I put this on here, I realised how I did it wrong. So for this, I actually want to use the entire square corner to corner. So in order to make the most of it, I need to shift it across 1/4 of an inch. So instead of doing half like that, I actually need to go directly from corner to corner and then 1/2 inch away from that. And I'll show you for why. That looks very confusing. Let me do it again on a regular sheet.
Yep. And the murderer is... Oh, Jackson.
There we go. Okay, let's try that again. So,
Margaret says, nice timing link.
so I'm going to line that up there. And I'm going to sew down the middle. Oh, I was doing free motion earlier, so feed dogs were down. There we go. And this is optional, but it does make use of the extra bit. There we go, scissors. My scissors. Oh, and look at my handy dandy roller. So I've sewn 2 lines of stitching. And I'm going to cut straight down the middle of both of them. And the reason for that is this side becomes the house and the background, so that's the roof. And then this is just extra, but by making that seam, you actually end up with a half square triangle that you can use for something else. So you'll end up with 72 of these at the end of the quilt. And then if I put that on here, let me line that up.
Marie says she loves the roller.
And I think this is just a wallpaper seam roller. Definitely handy for when you don't or you can't use an iron. That's that bit done. Try this next bit. I show you on this one, it's easier to see. So I've got one set of stitching that goes from literally from corner to corner, and then the other set of stitching is a 1/2 inch in the waist from that. And again, that bit is optional to do, but if you do it, you've got lots of half square triangles that you can use. That's my house. And then it will just need
a door.
A door. What colour?
Green.
So roughly do that in half. Do this in half so I can centre it. One more. And I'm just going to be relatively boring, but I'm just going to do some straight stitching. You can do a blanket stitch. Actually, you know, let's do that. Let's do something a bit more interesting. Let me just see which number it is. 81, no. 79, no. Maybe it is 81 that I use. We'll go for that. Narrow that a little bit. There. Let's see. Ooh. See it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oop, go back. There we go. Do a mixture of stitches on these just to make it a bit interesting. There we go, first house done. Only 35 more to go. There we are. So there will be a house assembly line happening this weekend. What time is it?
It's dark.
It's dark. And next week I'll have the houses. I'll show you the progress on those. and more applique bits. So I'm hoping I'll have all the applique bits done and decided next week. I should have, let's do this one. I should have the fabrics that I'll be using for the hand piecing for February as well. So I think those are going to be...
It's 8:45.
Oh, 8:45.
From Christine.
Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, so those are going to be really useful. We end up with 72 of those. Makes its own little mini quilt. With relatively low effort.
That's what Gino says.
Yeah. Minimum effort, maximum enjoyment. That's my style quilt. Let's see, what else? I may know what colours of ombre that Jess is going to do for the trip around the world. I don't know that for sure. When this one gets done, I will be putting the bee quilting on it. So you'll get to see that stitched out at some point between now and the end of February. Yeah.
Lorraine says, thank you. You've helped her so much as a beginner.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. I'm glad. If any you have any questions, just let me know. Because, yeah. I like to make quilters. I like to I'm losing my train, sorry.
You like to help out where you can.
I like to help out where I can. I also like to make converts. Converts to quilting.
Diamond asks, what parts of the trip around the world will you be demonstrating?
Probably the strip cutting. Possibly with the stripology. They've got that in stock. I will have the strips sewn together already, although I probably will demonstrate a little bit of that. And then once they're all sewn together into the tube, the cutting across and the picking apart bit. I should be able to get at least a quarter of one done. And then I'll have the one that I've already made to demonstrate the size as well.
Sandy says, love the demo tonight. And yours, Sarah, said, I do. When are you going to show me how to play with her overlocker?
Oh, yes. We need to do that. Definitely. So I don't have any weekends scheduled for things to do in February because I wanted to take a break. Plus there's other bits to do. So yes, so definitely a day in February. We need to do that. We definitely need to do that. I'll have to bring a pan for Billy May. And you can make something for Billy May. Have you got jersey is the thing. So yeah, message me and we can talk about that. For sure, overlockers are so much fun. You'll be addicted to sewing jersey.
Anne says thanks. We'll see you next week. She also says overlocked. I'm up for that.
Oh yes. Oh okay. I could do a thing on the overlocker actually. I could do that. Yeah, maybe next week. Next Friday.
Yours, Sarah says yes. She does have jersey and a pattern.
Oh okay. Good. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to do that. Well, thanks for joining. Hopefully you found that interesting and useful. And yeah, next Friday we'll see. I'm looking at the top of the fridge because that's where my overlocker lives now. I might do a little thing on overlockers next Friday.
Lorna says yes. Can you do some overlocker demos, please?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. But yeah, we'll do that next week.
And Claudia says thank you for the lessons in chat. Getting cold tomorrow. Wishing you a nice weekend.
Oh, thank you.
Diana says night all. Stay safe. And Sandy says I have a baby lock still in a box.
Oh yeah, they're not nearly as scary. You just gotta go for it and play with them.
And your Sarah says yes. And Claudia says she just recently sold her overlocker.
Oh no.
And Diamond says so you'll be sewing for Sarah in February.
No. Sarah's doing it. Sarah's good. You seen what she made? With vinyl. So yeah. That was my Christmas present from Sarah.
Terry says, thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for joining. And yeah, so next weekend we'll do overlocker. We'll do a trip around the overlocker and do a little bit of stitching. And yeah, I can show you all about that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Have a good weekend, and we will see you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, all.